Deep in the jungles and temples of ancient Mesoamerica, stories of terrifying gods and spirits filled the air, whispered by fires painted on ancient walls. Among them, an ancient god swarmed the nights, not a god of sun or harvest. No, this was a creature of the night, the darkness and death itself. A creature that ruled the underworld, lurking in the shadows, waiting to snatch souls in the abyss. In Mayan culture, they called him Ki'iche. This is Camazotz, the bat god of death. For generations, humans have been telling stories, tales, and legends about creatures found all around the world. From the griffin to the chupacabra, and from the leviathan to the Chinese dragon. It's high time we set out an adventure to learn about them all. This is an expedition for the mythological. Welcome to Mytho Safari. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to join our channel. It goes a long way to supporting us. And while you're at it, be sure to check out our new store on mythosafari.com and grab yourself some awesome merch. You can get t-shirts and other cool products. Every purchase helps the channel grow and helps us to keep bringing you more amazing content. Our exploration of Camazotz begins with his name. Camazotz comes from the Ki'iche Maya language. Kame meaning death and Sotz meaning bat. Put that together and you've got the death bat, which perfectly sums up what this creature was all about. Camazotz was a force of nature not to be reckoned with, representing everything the Mayan associated with the underworld, as well as darkness, blood, and the finality of death. The first real glimpse we get at Camazotz is in the ancient texts that come from the Popol Vuh, a sacred Mayan book that tells the story of the creation of the world and the epic adventures of the hero twins, Hunahpu and Xbalanque. The twins venture into the underworld known as Xibalba, a terrifying place ruled by death gods and other sinister forces. It's here, in a place called Zotzilaha, or the House of Bats, where the twins encounter Camazotz. In this ancient Mayan book, Camazotz is depicted as a giant bat with the power to kill with a single blow of his wings. The story recounts how, while the twins slept, Camazotz descended upon them. With his powerful wings and sharp talon-like claws, he decapitated one of the twins, leaving the hero's severed head as a grim trophy in the House of Bats. This act highlights the merciless nature of Camazotz. Despite the ferocity of the attack, the hero twins ultimately find a way to revive Hunahpu. But the encounter solidifies Camazotz as one of the most dangerous figures in Mayan mythology. The underworld, known as Xibalba, was central to Mayan cosmology, representing the dark and dangerous realm where souls went after death. Camazotz was closely associated with this underworld, specifically ruling over this House of Bats, one of many deadly domains within the Xibalba. In Mayan belief, Xibalba was a labyrinth world, filled with traps, trials, and gods of death who sought to test and punish the souls that entered. The Maya did not see this death as an end, but as a part of a cyclical process of rebirth, and the underworld was a necessary step in the journey. Camazotz's connection to Xibalba positioned him as a gatekeeper of sorts, an overseer of the souls passing through the underworld. His physical form, often described as a hybrid between a bat and a man, made him an especially terrifying figure. His body was usually depicted as a humanoid, but his head, wings, and claws were distinctly bat-like. With his sharp, elongated teeth and large, powerful wings, Camazotz was a symbol of the night. The bat was not only a creature of the night, but also one that lived in caves, which the Mayans believed were sacred portals to the underworld. These caves were seen as natural gateways, places where the physical and spiritual worlds intersected. Because of their nocturnal habits and their association with caves, bats became symbols of the underworld and death. Camazotz, as the god of the bats, was not just the ruler of the House of Bats, but a key figure in the entire underworld system. In Mayan and other Mesoamerican cultures, blood was not just a life force, but a powerful, sacred substance that linked humans with the divine. Bloodletting and human sacrifice were considered essential offerings to the gods to maintain their cosmic order. And as a god associated with death in the underworld, Camazotz would have been a central figure in these rituals. The practice of bloodletting, where priests or rulers would draw blood from themselves, using sharp instruments made from obsidian or bone, was a common way of communicating with the gods. By offering their blood, the Maya believed they could nourish the gods and ensure the continuation of life on Earth. Camazotz, as a death god, was likely to have been one of the deities who received these blood offerings. As the bat's association with blood, particularly with the vampire bat, a species native to the region, strengthened his connection to the idea of sacrifice. In larger ceremonies, human sacrifice was sometimes performed, especially during significant events like the dedication of a temple or a king's coronation. Victims, often war captives, would be offered to the gods to ensure the balance of the cosmos. The bat, with its nocturnal and blood-sucking habits, was a powerful symbol of death and sacrifice, and its connection to Camazotz made him an integral part of these rites. This symbolism of blood in Mayan cosmology cannot be overstated. It was believed that the blood contained the essence of life, and by spilling it, humans could ensure the continuation of the cycle of life and death. Camazotz was not just a passive receiver of these offerings, but an active participant in the cycle, embodying the idea that death was necessary for rebirth, and sacrifice was essential for life. While the ancient Mayan civilizations may have declined, the legends of Camazotz endures in the modern world, not only through scholarly research, but also through his presence in popular culture. The image of a bat-like figure representing death and destruction has captured the imaginations of people far beyond Mesoamerica, appearing in films, literature, and even video games. In popular culture, Camazotz made an appearance in various media, from A Wrinkle in Time to video games like Smite, where he's portrayed as a fearsome and powerful character. In Guatemala, where the Quiche Maya descendants still live, Camazotz remains a powerful figure in local folklore. Traditional stories and rituals continue to reference his role as a deity of the underworld, and in some communities, bats are regarded as sacred animals that embody the spirit of Camazotz. For scholars, Camazotz represents a window into the complexities of Mayan belief system and the importance of death and transformation in their cosmology. His legacy as the death bat god provides critical insight on how the Maya understood the balance between life and death, the role of sacrifice, and the power of the gods who ruled the underworld. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next safari. And before you go, make sure you check out our merch store, mythosafari.com, to buy t-shirts and other fun products that directly support the channel. Goodbye, friends.